Hey, what's up? Merry Christmas, everybody. It's bshowbrian coming at you for another edition of something I've rarely done over the past few months. It's a reanimated concept, and for those of you who don't know, reanimated is when I either do a what if, or I review some unmade script, or it's basically an idea that hasn't been created, and I kind of dive into it anyway. And this is a Christmas one that I thought of a few days ago, and until Facebook post today, I didn't have the ability to tie it all together. And I finally have an opportunity to come and stream and record some stuff today. So first off, happy holidays to everybody. It's the 23rd of December when I record this. You may not see this till after, but Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that happy stuff. I appreciate you checking out the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. It all helps the videos get seen. And thank you for watching the last couple trailer reactions. If you haven't seen them, you can go to bshowbrian.com. It'll take you right to this channel. Anyway, on to the actual video at hand. Two films tied together by a common director and a similar feel, although vastly different, are Bob Clark's Black Christmas, which some would say, many would say, I guess, arguably created the slasher genre and inspired movies like Halloween. And the other is a Bob Clark joint called A Christmas Story. And I'm sure most of you have seen A Christmas Story, and if you haven't seen it, you've probably heard of it. They play it for 24 hours on the Turner stations here in America. And I really thought it was interesting that these films are both made by the same director. They have a similar look because they were made in either the 70s and the 80s. They have that gritty, fuzzy, hazy kind of film look. The protagonist in A Christmas Story is Ralphie, who's a 9-year-old daydreamer. In Black Christmas, it's Jess Bradford. She's a college student and a female. The main characters in A Christmas Story are grade school boys, where A Christmas Story are college girls in a sorority. So it's two very different stories being told around the holidays by the same writer and director. So I was looking for a way to tie these movies together, and I kept thinking, does Ralphie's dad die? And after this big poignant Christmas where Ralphie's dad shows him the meaning of Christmas and kind of plays Santa to him in a little way, and then his dad dies, does he lose his moral compass and all meaning and go crazy? Is Ralphie's brother crazy? Is one of his friends crazy? Like, how does this all move together? But nothing really caused the characters to cross. But Sam Hoyos, I always say his name wrong, for God's sakes, of the Red River Podcast and Playing Dead New York, check them out, posted on Facebook today a meme that something that I never knew before. There's a character in A Christmas Story named Billy. There's a kid in the town named Billy. And it's one of the kids that's tossed down the slide when he sits on Santa's lap and doesn't know what he wants to tell Santa for Christmas. And boom, there it is. And I had to come in here and talk about it. So that's where I'm setting. And I'm thinking, and go with me on this here, it's kind of fun. Basically, I look at A Christmas Story as chapter 1. Right? It's a feel-good, nostalgic, coming-of-age tale about a kid named Ralphie Parker in a blue-collar town. He really wants a Red Ryder. Everyone tells him he can't have it for one reason or another. And Dad comes through in the clinch and gets him the Red Ryder for Christmas when everybody else said he couldn't. And I'm sure at some point he would understand that. And he envisions himself as sheriff fighting off One-Eyed Bart. Is it Black Bart or One-Eyed Bart? I don't remember. So then I'm looking at Black Christmas as chapter 2. It's a terrifying story about an escaped mental patient, sounds very familiar, who targets this house, this college in Canada, which is now a sorority house. And he sneaks in and he starts killing people and he hides in the attic and he makes obscene phone calls from inside. Spoiler alert, it's a 50-year-old movie almost at this point. So I looked at that as chapter 2. And then I look at A Black Christmas Story as chapter 3. And I'm thinking it takes place shortly after, maybe on Christmas Day after Black Christmas. And perhaps they have to call in the marshals or the FBI because the local cops sheriff played by the great John Saxon. Obviously, he wouldn't be able to take part. Maybe they call in the FBI to track this guy down because the local cops can't catch this guy. There's been numerous people killed. If you look at that context, maybe they call in the marshals and Ralphie is this like cowboy style not Western style sheriff, but like this no nonsense. Like he's a guy with a heart. He's a father, like much like his own father. It's 30 years later, and Marshal Ralph Parker is called in, and his maybe his long gun. It's not a BB gun, but it says, Red Ryder on the side. It's etched into it or something like that. Or it's called The Old Man or The Judge or something like that. And then you just have a fun movie. So like Christmas Story is a coming of age tale. You have a Black Christmas, which is a straight horror movie, a grandfather of the slasher. And I'm thinking a Black Christmas Story could be kind of an action horror movie where you have Ralph Parker stalking Billy around this town, and you kind of get into, and I think to do that you'd have to make part of a Black Christmas Story like flashbacks and telling the story and how we got to where we are. So you got to fill in some of the backstory, show Ralphie chasing down some of these leads maybe. I think it'd be fascinating to juxtapose Christmas Day, because we've had Christmas Eve. Now you have Christmas Day and into Christmas night. Ralphie coming into town, even like a Charles Bronson coming in, or almost like a Dirty Harry. He'd be more like a Dirty Harry coming into this little Canada town and try to track this guy down. Maybe he goes to the house and he finds some stuff there in the attic, and maybe there's some grand plan for Billy, and he tracks him down to the town. Maybe Billy escapes, and you have the showdown in the Parker home or something like that. Because maybe out of all these kids, this Santa Claus gave none of these kids what they wanted, because he was kicking them down the slides and stuff on A Christmas Story. But for somehow you have this tremendous tale of Ralph Parker, who's had the greatest Christmas ever. And I know that that'd be kind of a detour from the Black Christmas type of thing, but I don't know. Have fun with it. I don't know. Maybe the house in Canada, the sorority house, instead of being in Canada, maybe you have it placed in Indiana, where Ralphie grew up. Perhaps there's a second story. Maybe that kid had issues, and after the whole Baby Agnes thing, they moved him to Canada, and the family lived in that house for a while. I don't know. So then now, when he finds out Ralphie's on his tail, now he heads to take out Ralphie's family. Now Ralphie's got to go, and he's got to lay down the law. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of fun stuff you could do. And again, this is all just because it was Bob Clark who made both movies. And I'm going to talk more about Bob Clark in another video soon. But I don't know. One's comedy, one's horror. I think you can bring the both of them together. And the timeline makes sense. As I mentioned, let me check my notes here. The setting of A Christmas Story was 1940 in a small blue-collar town in Indiana. Black Christmas was 1974. So you could have these movies take place around the same time frame, the Black Christmas Story anyway, similar to Black Christmas. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I got. I just wanted to share that. I was super excited because sometimes I'll think about these I'll have an idea and then I'll jot some notes down. I'll think about them over the course of a couple weeks. And sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. And I'm sitting here during the deep freeze of Christmas 2022. The wind is rocking my house, and I'm checking Facebook and I'm scrolling, and Sam drops a nugget from the gods on me. So thank you, Sam, for that. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys, if you had to tie in Black Christmas and A Christmas Story, how would you play out that third act of A Black Christmas Story? If you have any ideas, drop some comments below. Or you can email me if you don't like to do it in public. bshowbrian@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out the socials. I'm always at bshowbrian. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be putting up a couple more things, hopefully in the next day or two, around this whole Christmas theme, if I can get these out. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. I'm bshowbrian, and A Black Christmas Story. I don't know. Thinking more about it now. See you guys.